this is a hard business. Content is not one because you spend more. Content has to be good. Netflix had a huge lead over everyone else, but eventually the media industry realized that they needed to compete. And they have advantages, like they have brands, they have sitcom libraries, they have ad sales. So we look at the model, and this is the first time I could ever say is, our confidence in the forward model is so low. You have to add advertising, you have to shut down password sharing. The US business is mature, Europe looks mature. The future growth comes from places like India. So yeah, we would say, look, we've seen this before. You're in growth purgatory. You go from growth to value instantly. It's not cheap enough for value investors yet. Cash flow is ultimately the floor. This thing, we think it keep falling. And until you see the turn in revenue growth, which is probably 12 to 24 months away, this is dead money in my view.
Netflix needs content that breaks through, that enters the zeitgeist, The Crown. You can go through all of the titles over the last 7 or 8 years that have done that. If you look back over the past year, it just feels like, relative to the spend, $17 billion of spend, it just doesn't feel like the hit ratio has been high enough. And especially not just on the TV series, on the movie side, they're clearly not getting the return on the movie spend. Probably $5+ billion of that 17 is on movies. It just isn't getting it done. And so they made a lot of excuses. I think the content success and the content hit ratio, it's not spending too much. It's honestly, the titles are not landing with the level of success they need to, given the rising level of competition that Sarah correctly spoke about earlier.
I haven't owned it since pre-pandemic. I think it was the first time they hit $400. At that point, I really felt like sub growth was going to be their biggest issue moving forward. Yes, they have the option of doing price hikes until the end of time, or launching new services like games, which I think is still probably years away from being a reality. So, now we're in this situation where guiding to 2 million negative subs next quarter is really tough. I mean, it would not surprise me at all if Carl came in, or Jim Cramer came in tomorrow, Carl, and said it's time to officially retire Netflix from fame.